Hello. What can I do for you?
The Githyanki people have a word for men like the Blade of Frontiers. Shalak. Roughly translated, idealist do-gooder. Or better yet, benevolent burden. His confidence is an asset. His pursuit of valor, not so much. Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Zaithist purification device. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding. Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant, order turns to chaos, and cold fires rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge. Yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities. I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a creche. You do well to observe more and question less. Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out, and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a mind flayer is born. Because I do not intend to let this happen. Not to me, and if you stick with me, not to you. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me. Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass. Many a good warrior savors the scent of blood in the air. There's no shame in a capricious murder now and again. Too many, though, and you waste energy and dull your weapon. My suggestion, attack with purpose and savor your kills. And if the urge proves too much, well, I'm sure we can find you a goblin or two to carve up.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling. Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus. As my source told it, one of the archdevil Zariel's own, chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to She fled from my reach. Even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking. The damage she might be doing. A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. All right. Anything more we should discuss? My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life, so it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after. Proud? No. Angry. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good god. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The Frontiers demanded a blade. And so Baldur's Gate, born and raised. He wanted one life for me, a classic drama. A staunch father and his rebellious son. A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone. But that story is by all means. I've come to know a fair few village clerics. From what I understand. Otherwise, I'd bet my last coin that the Open Hand Temple in Baldur's Gate could help. Seems unusual to me. Then again, we're talking about tadpoles inserted into our brains by rubber-skinned tentacle monsters. There's nothing usual about it. All the more reason to stick close. I think you'll agree. Anger. I understand. We've been preyed on by Illithids, suffered insertion of a mind-bending worm. Bloodthirst is another matter. But perhaps not too...
I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulder.
Think of it as... tribute. The kind a king... As long as I pay, there will be peace. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
The Blade of Frontiers. That's if you're sure. Fine. Almost pleasant traveling with company. Fine. What's on your mind? All right. Almost pleasant traveling with company, if you're sure. Fine.
Be wary of false promises. The missing druid, Halsin, was it? He may be talented, but only a Githyanki Zathis can cleanse an embedded tadpole. It is done.
Be with you in a moment. Indulging in a spot of vanity. Handsome devil, aren't I? Be that as it may. Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of? Ah, yes. The good old days. Day 1, fever and memory loss. Day 2, hallucinations and graying skin. Day 3, hair loss and blood leaking from all orifices. Need to go on? Day 4, excruciating pain as the skeleton and organs reform and reposition. Day 5, the host personality has disappeared. Fingers and toes and limbs elongate. I take it you get the picture? Day 6, the flesh around the mouth splits to make way for tentacles. Day 7, a mind flayer is born. This is the annotated version, of course. Exactly. Our orifices remain blissfully unblooded, our heads remain clear, and our blood temperature normal. Any expert will agree this is abnormal. I'll toast to that. The pragmatic in me, however, sees only the silence before the storm. Something to sleep on. We should get some rest. How can I help?
Question for you. Have you ever heard a banshee's scream? For the best that you haven't. An agonizing wail. Loud enough to... I thought it the most terrible noise in all 16 planes. But there's one even more fearsome than that. Not even close. I find them comforting. The doubt in our minds crying out for attention. It's hopeless, it says. Doubt is the greatest villain we face. Most people don't find it so easy to conquer. Slay your doubt and nothing can stop you. Not a demon, not a dragon. I'm glad to see you're not one to give up. Well met.
Abominations grow inside us. Our bones should ache. Our mouths should bleed. Yet we thrive. It is madness. Keep your rest short. Time is not our ally.
I saw you getting a lecture from our magical friend. I have to say, I thought you'd look worse, but no. Not a tentacle to be seen. Indeed you could. We're all doing surprisingly well, given the circumstances. I'm not taking anything for granted, of course. First sign of change, and I'll have to stop that pretty little heart of yours. I am open to suggestions. Knives, poison, strangulation, whatever you'd prefer. I don't think poison is for me. Nor stabbing, come to think of it. I always felt decapitation was a fine choice. One good swing and then... nothing. But we were talking about you. What'll it be? A classic. One good thrust to the heart and you're gone. We need a good blade, of course. Don't want to waste time hacking and prodding with a dinner knife. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is all a worst-case scenario, obviously. If the last day has taught me anything, it's that the impossible is more likely than you think. Now, let's get some rest. The sooner we start tomorrow, the better our chances of keeping this hypothetical.
I couldn't help but overhear... Well, all right, I could have helped, but didn't. Anyway, I feel the same. Other than the occasional mental exchange, it's almost as if we're not infected. The voice on the ship told me I'd become a beautiful weapon. What do you think it meant? Ha! Adorable. Whatever the Mind Flayer's plans were, those... Either way, we can't take the... Well, I've said my piece. Get some rest.
all's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
Used to think the goblins would kill us the second we set foot outside. Well, I still think they'll kill us. But at least we can put up a fight. There's optimism, and then plenty of us fell to monsters already. But if you're so sure we will, why not put a little gold on the line? No, it's not. None of this is funny. But come on, what do you say? Excellent. And since I ain't one to leave a debt unpaid, that means we're destined to meet in Baldur's Gate. Looking forward to it.
Touch me and I'll...
I best...
I will! Action, not reaction.
Don't you lie to me, boy. I know you have it.
Touch me and I'll... Your fingers off. I will!
Only gonna ask you one more time.
I don't have your ugly locket.
Hand it over or I'll slap the teeth out of your head. You threatening me? Him all at once. You!
Gods, don't bleed over the thing. It's just tin and glass. Here, take it. Not sure why you care so much about it, honestly.
Scram! Kid's lucky you were...
While after this.
We've known enough grief that don't.
It's not bad.
Can't keep the goblins out forever. This is no fortress and we're no warriors.
What's that?
By Mordai's eyes. Another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
Lower.
You saw another Gith. Where?
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us, for we saw it.
No twisting. The map. Show me. Up. You can keep your innards.
Oh, you're not going to eviscerate him? I was hoping for a show.
Cool your blood. I'll indulge you soon enough.
Please.
Your kind proves compliant. A useful trait. Tch. A shell so thin requires little to crack it. The T-sling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait. I am unfamiliar with the... well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps. You will educate me on matters of this... Fey run. The Kresh holds the Zaithisk. It will cleanse us of the parasite. By covenant, I can say no more.
Limits. Leave.
In a secluded place all alone. It would be too easy to do away with her, far beneath your talents.
Well, look elsewhere. Is there an empty...
This is a restricted area. Time to explain yourself, or this guard will be restricting you to a cell. Your conviction is enough.
Best not try that again, lest...
Looking ahead.
I can pack or talk and run.
You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are...
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way.
She didn't kill your brother, Arca. You're better than this.
If the crossbow bolt shot through her mouth, would she taste the metal before she died?
Shoot before you lose your nerve, Tiefling. If you ever had it to begin with. Looks like the Absolute sent me a protector. You gonna kill her too?
You! Move! Who cares?
You fought for us, so I'll give you one last chance.
Move! What in every hell is wrong with you? Damn you. Damn it! Why do you care if a goblin lives or dies?
Your soft heart will be the death of us.
Not sure I get that. The bars don't make her special.
It's all right, Arca. Let's go.
Let me out, you bunch of softies! Ain't sure why you're protecting me. Don't care, neither. It's too late to make friends, warg meat. My tribe's coming. They're gonna burn this pretty place for the glory of the Absolute and hang you by your guts. Goddess! We're burning her name across the face of the world, we are. The Absolute is gold from the sky, she is. The blessing in the storm and the storm itself. My tribe can tell you everything there is to know. Absolute got a whole lab set up. Cooks up could probably stick your head back on if someone was to chop it.
Booyarg. The goblin word for magic. Primitive to a fault, but not...
Get me out of here, and I'll tell you where to find her. Deal? Even if you did find my tribe, they'd set the wargs on you. You need me. Get me out of here, and I'll tell them what a good friend you are. You're gonna be sorry!
Believe it or not, but I witnessed a similar standoff back... Of course, an establishment like that invites all sorts of outlaws. An inn in water leads into the Undermountain. Oh, maybe someone... In any case, the crowd in a place, mind you. Drinks.
Oh, for a skeleton key.
Let's move.
I'm gonna bite the heads off your kids, and your birdies, and your dogs!
Come on, open up.
I wonder when the goblins will come.
You say that like you're looking forward to it.
I could use the target practice.
Hold this place. And step, swing, parry, swing. One more time. Whew.
These tieflings prove fragile. I've a mind to end their misery myself.
Calm yourself. They're survivors, not soldiers.
I fail to see the distinction.
tonic for you.
This way. Sounds like fun.
Dice roll in my favor. Eat this!
Hungry for the slaughter.
You have good timing. Never been much of a fighter, so wrestling a bugbear would have gone poorly. But you're not here for heroics, are you? Avernus's stench is all over your skin. Let me guess. Your devil mistress sent you to get her soul coin back. Too bad. I earned it, fair and square. You almost seem honest. Care to explain why you reek of the hells? Considering what I've seen? But if you're not here for the coin, I'd rather enjoy the quiet. There's not much of it anywhere else. Well, that's quite the story. And I thought I was doomed. Now I feel sorry for you. Here. Take this. It's worth a fortune. But a fortune's not worth much if you're dead. Consider it payment for saving my life.
A soul coin, true to its name, holds a mortal soul inside. It serves in the Nine Hells as very valuable currency.
That coin's worth...
You peer through. You see a dragon circling like a bird of prey, hunting.
That should have killed her, but... that...
This squirrel might be the single most adorable creature you can recall in all your stunted memory. It would be ever so twee if it were climbing a tree.
Terrific. If I'm ever harangued by a rodent, I'll know who to call for.
You stare at the body before you. You have no idea what just happened. The swirling bile cauldron of your brain is cooking up a poisoned stew.
Huh. You look rabid, pained, sick. You're spasming and twitching. You poor thing. Well, so far, my tadpole and I have been nothing but best friends. Something else is happening to you, isn't it? You have bouts of swooning and swaying, Your jaw is grinding like you're poised to chew off your tongue. Do take care of yourself.
Won't budge. Won't budge.
So, you know about these parasites. Will we survive them?
Only if my people extract them. The only other cure is the blade.
Okay. Wonderful.
These tracks. Goblins. Glowing eyes are rarely a good sign. Best be careful.
Not yet.
Well, at least we got the druid.
Did some bleeding arts show up to save the druid? Kill 'em!